Okay, let's get into this. This is a checkpoint day instead of a regular day for our learning 300 kanji in 30 days. So day 10 has just passed. Day 10 was yesterday. And right now, what we're going to do is just have a checkpoint. So every 10 days, I'm going to do this and just test out 100 kanji and to see whether or not I really have that 100 kanji sort of down. The hard part is sort of figuring out like, what do we consider knowing a kanji? I think for now, what I'm going to say is we know the kanji and we know like a couple ways to use the kanji basically. The easiest thing to do would be to actually have like something where it actually shows us like it prompts us, it gives us a kanji, that kanji with other ones, and then we have to read it out loud. But to do that for all the 100 that we've done, it feels like it would take kind of forever to figure that out. So I'm not going to worry about it for now, and I'm just going to do it in a way that I sort of see fit. So basically what I'm going to do is go over here and hit custom review. And these are the 100 kanji that I've learned so far. Just to do a quick count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 right there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which makes 96, plus 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm not going to do this one. This one just happened to be in the latest lesson with the 100th kanji that I learned. So I'm not going to worry about which one is that one. Kaeru, to return something, even though technically I can read it, assuming that I was correct. But we're going to go over these 100 kanji and just go over, like I want to sort of create like a 2-tier system. I know it's going to make it a little bit more confusing, but I prefer that over making it so black and white, because obviously you can sort of know a kanji and then you can sort of not know it. It's a little more nuanced than just like, oh yeah, I know a kanji, I don't. And I'm trying to do the best fair way possible, because I do feel like if I were to just look at the kanji and then I know it, it's too easy. I feel like even though I did 10 kanji in one day for the past 10 days straight, no breaks in between, technically this checkpoint is almost like a break. So I'm not going to go over day 11's kanji. I'm just going to do this test and basically review any weaknesses I have. But yeah, I don't have like a great system right now, to be honest. So any kanji that we can't get, we will mark down as not having it. And by the time we finish all 30 or all 300 and all 30 days, I'm sure we'll have a better system. But this is just going to be checkpoint 1, 100 kanji in the past 10 days. Let's see how well we did in retaining them. So I was thinking of mixing it up and doing a random order, but I don't really think it matters that much, to be honest. Let's just start here in tsugi, and then we'll make our way backwards, and then we'll start with kome afterwards. So I think what I want to do is showcase that I know it by at least typing it in here and then stating the definition. Let's see if we can make that happen. Okay, so man, the way I'm imagining this is like I have some sort of place to organize it and put it in, because right now visually it doesn't seem as cool. I guess we can put it in here. Okay, let's just try it. So we know this one to be tsugi, and oh, it says the definition right there. That's very unfortunate. I have to say the definition first then, okay? So this is tsugi, and it means next. Tsugi. I'm pretty sure most people actually know this kanji. It's a really, really easy one. I guess I don't really need the right side if it shows it. And I prefer it to be bigger. So we'll just have it like this. It's white though. I really don't like white. I'll figure this out later. And then after we do it, I would ideally want to list out as many uses of tsugi as possible. So I'll say jinan for second eldest son. And then it's a showcase of the fact that I do know a compound kanji using it. And then I guess we can do jijo as well. It means second oldest daughter. There you go. So it showcases that we know at least 3, and I think that's good enough. If we know 3, then I consider myself like knowing that kanji pretty decently. So let's go ahead and do kakeru. I'm going to go backwards like I said. So this is kakeru, which means to crack, or apparently it means missing. But for this kanji thing, it usually, let's actually take a look real quick. If that's one thing that we're not taking into account. To be chipped, that's the definition I was given based on this app. But there's more translations right here. To be chipped, and this one is missing. And I said cracked, so technically that's slightly different from being chipped. I think I'm just gonna give myself this one, to be honest, because like this one isn't. I just feel like it's not that important right now to be so strict. So, but next time I'll make sure that I say to be chipped instead of to be cracked. But let's just, I want to see if there's anything I'm missing real quick. I'm not going to do this for all of them, just this one, because this is also good because I feel like I'm getting to know which ones might have more of a definition than what this app tells me. Flaw, weakness. Okay, that's something I don't really, I guess that's a use of kakeru. And it's ketten. Okay. I think I'll consider this kanji part of the middle group. So there are kanji that I know pretty well, and then there's kanji that I somewhat know. I'll consider kakeru part of the kanji I sort of know. So I'll put it right here. But overall, like, I'm not going to be super strict. As long as I can read the kanji and I know the rough definition of it, I'm going to say that I can have at least one word. Then I'll say that I know the kanji. I think if I read a kanji and I'm like, I have no idea what that is, then that's when I don't know it. So, but I want to create this tier system because I want to point out what I know well versus what I sort of know. I just think I haven't really seen too many examples of this kanji being used to know it well, basically, other than what we just learned, which I already forgot, actually. It was something 10. Now I'm being bugged by it. Was it hatten? Ugh. That's very annoying. Now I'm not gonna want to move on until I know. So let's just get a quick list. Ketten, okay. Because it can also be read as ketsu, okay. Flaw, weak point. And then to be chipped, to be missing, to lack. Okay, so it's just an extra definition I didn't know. And that's something I have to be really careful of for the future, because I can't just rely on this app's definition. I think I do really need to be more thorough with looking up extra definitions. Okay, that's good to know. All right, this one is hata, and which means loom, and it's part of ki, sentaku ki. I just was trying to make sure I say the correct. Oh man, I really dislike it when they have so many. Okay, right here. And the definition I was given is loom from this app, but right here you can see that it's part of sentaku ki, and it's also, which means washing machine. I should have said that earlier. I don't know these kanji actually, but I just know that it's part of sentaku ki. And then we also have kikai, which is opportunity. So that one is good. Let's move on. This one is kao, which is face. And I don't really know too many combinations of this one. I feel like only this one was given, which means smiling face. So let's just keep going with this one. Hara. And it's also part of genryo, I believe, which means raw material. Right here. Raw material. Sorry, I really wish I could zoom in a little bit on my phone. But yeah, that's hara, raw material. It has the meaning of like origin in a way. But genryo is kind of like the thing that I remember the most. There was another thing that used this. Akihabara. There you go. Akihabara. And I'm thinking that while I'm doing this, I might as well talk about the combinations that I also previously know as well. So for instance, when we did face, there's also warao right there, which means to laugh. And then there's wara wara, which if you have multiple of this, it means you're laughing, like ha ha ha. So those two sort of go together. So we can say that that one's done. And then for akihabara, there's ha right here, which is leaf, which is right here. So we know leaf now. And let's just keep going. Tsurete iku or tsureru, which means to basically like take someone somewhere. Yeah. And I know there's some compound kanji that use this, but I can't think of it right now. We're just gonna keep going. Komu, which is like it's like konderu, like crowded. Apparently it also means enter. But the one that I learned, it's a different kanji. I always thought that this kanji meant crowded because the definition was so similar. Okay. But apparently it's not. Because there's a combination that I learned from this app called Hito Gomi. And it sounds kind of like, it says crowd right here, but it's using the wrong kanji as well. It's hito gomi, and it's supposed to use this kanji. But apparently Google Translate doesn't like this version. I'm going to just type it in here. But I promise you, I learned this from this app, and it said that it was crowded people. A place crowded with people. Okay, a place crowded with people. Or crowd of people. Yeah, Japanese has so many different definitions for the same thing. Do you want me to explain the nuance between komi versus komi and why both appear in this word? Yes. Got to be careful with that one, but we basically know it. Then we have men right here, which is gamen. Or men is like face, and then gamen is screen. Komu. So this is komi and this is komi. Comes from komu, to be mixed, to be jammed, to be congested. Okay, that's slightly different from komu, which is to be crowded, which is what I said initially, to go into, to be packed in. Older form, more common today. I see. Huh. Okay, good to know. I'm not going to remember this one until we reach it on this app, but it's good to know that there's two versions. We're like learning while we're doing this, which is a good thing, but like it slows down this test by a lot. Let's just do gamen to show that this is screen, and then men by itself. It's probably easier to just do this. On the app, it said face. Okay, here, right here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of definitions, but there's more for men. Omoshiroi. And then this one's shinjiru. Trying to think what else shinjiru, that kanji, has. I really feel like I would need to read it to know for sure. Let's just keep going. This is tatsu, passage of time. Yeah, I feel like we need a better way to verify these things. I don't want to just go off of like, yeah, I do know it. But I only know the app's definition of it. Time to pass. It's okay. I think as we use these more in real life, we'll see them more. For this challenge's sake, as long as I know it and can read it, I'm fine. I think we're just gonna have to go with that, because like by the time we hit 300 of these and we're trying to showcase that we know 300, it's gonna take forever just to like go through all of them at once. So yeah, I'm just gonna start blazing through these because otherwise it will take forever right now. Okay, so this one's naru. Is to become. Right here. This one's heiji or hei. There's heijitsu, there's heiwa. Heijitsu means weekday, heiwa means peace. And wa is something that will come up earlier or later as well. And it's part of like wa shoku, which means like Japanese styled meals, wa shitsu, Japanese styled room. And wa by itself also apparently means to some. Or some. Then we have jo, and it represents like feeling and stuff like that. There's a lot with jo, like kanjo, emotion is one of them. Yeah, there's just a lot of words with jo in it. And then, but kanjo is emotion and it includes kanjiru, the kanji from kanjiru. Then we have, right here is subete, or this part of zenbu as well. There's so many actually with this one. Zenbu, zenzen, subete, mataku. And then zen. And the second part of zen is also a kanji we'll also go over later. And then zenbu. This is one of the early ones as well. It's also part of heya, which means room. And bubun. And bucho. Then we have this one, which is like law, whole. If you put whole together, it means method or way. And then by itself is law. There's also the study of law. I think it was hogaku. Okay. Let's keep going. This one's I. It means like group. Kawarazu is a word that I'm remembering, and it means like as usual. Kawarazu. And there's a lot of combinations with I as well. I just can't like fully remember it based on like memory. I feel like I have to see it and then I can read it. This one is, I sort of think of it as mean because there was another kanji right here that means like city or market. Let's see if I can find the market version right there. And shimin is citizen right here. So this one's like person, basically. It means person. I'm trying to remember what the actual definition was, or what person is the definition, but like what they used to represent it. Because I don't think it was mean. I think it was something else. And I can't remember. I'm gonna just put this here. Tommy, there you go. It's mean and Tommy. But I can't remember like a use with Tommy. Like kokumin I remember as well. I guess just by itself. Huh. Either way, I basically know it. I've never seen a reading by itself. So it's really hard to like come up with the word. There's bunka for this one. And that's culture. I should really say the definition first. So it doesn't seem like I'm reading it. There's bunka. There's also kasuru, which means to change. Apparently it also means to become. And then I'm just gonna go with 2 and then move on. There's actually a lot, like henka is another one, like transform. But we're gonna just keep going. I don't want this to take forever. Saisho, beginning. This one is also hajimete, hajimeru, which is like, hajimete is like first time. Hajime is like the beginning. So saisho is like the beginning. And this is a kanji that we learned as well later. So we don't have to go over that. Okay. There's a lot with this one, honestly. Saita, which means like the most. And then saigo, like the last. And then, yeah, a lot with that one. Saisho with like the least. So let's move on. There's gen, genkin for cash, and then there's genjitsu for reality. And then there's gendai for modern person. So we have that one. Or gendai is modern. Gendai jin is modern person. And then we have tokoro, which is place. And there's basho, which also basically means place, but it uses it. Daidokoro is kitchen, and it's another use of it. Dokoro. And jusho is another one, which is like address. It's like sunderu. Oh, sunderu's kanji. I'm spelling this wrong. Jusho. There you go. Oh, I didn't turn it into kanji. Why is it not turning into kanji? Let's see. Sunderu. Sho. There you go. Maybe I just spelled it wrong. Let's see. Here's toru. To take. There's a lot with toru as well. Kikitori is like listening comprehension. And then there's also chiritori, dustpan. I don't know why they taught me dustpan, but I remember it. So yeah, toru, very matsurigoto, which means like law. By itself, it's matsurigoto, and it should mean like rule or law. And then I think it's rule. Rule is the proper one, I should say, that I learned from this app. And then seiji is yeah, politics, as you can see right here. And this kanji right here is nauru. It's a kanji that we've also learned later. It can also be naosu, which is to cure, to fix. Nauru is to recover. And then we have ao. Machi awase is appointment. It's just a use of this kanji. It can also mean meeting, apparently. Hanashi awase is like discussion. Ao by itself is to match. There's shiai as well. Let's just keep going. Here's te. So ite is like constant. And then there's yote, which means plan. And then kanjiru, like we mentioned, this one's kan from kanke, connection. I can't spell right now. Okay. And then there's kanshin, which means basically like, great, I looked at the definition, interest. But mu kanshin means apathy. It's one of the first ones we learned. Indifference. So we're good for that one. Tsui means pair. I hate the fact that it's such a... I have to look for it. Okay, right there. I was told that this is pair. I guess right here. The app said that it was pair by itself. But I really don't know too many other ones besides pair. Like this is another one. Apparently it means against, taisuru. And then this is part of josei and dansei. Dansei. There we go. It's like gender, the kanji for gender. And then we have isogashi. Honestly, I only know isogashi for that one. I don't know any other uses for that kanji. Same with this one. I only know nakunaru. I don't think I was taught from this app other uses, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then tatakao, to make war, tatakai, like a battle, sen, taisen, which means like a great war. Apparently it just means war. Senso is also the more common, at least the one that I hear the most. Senso to mean war. I don't know the right kanji though. Haven't learned it yet. There's to from honto. I think it's also part of bento, right? But it's part of a lot of words that we've learned so far. This is jitsu, like jitsuwa, like actually, honestly. Let's keep going. This is nai. Inai is like within. There's naibu, with like inside, internal, inside. Let's just keep going. Kare, also part of kanojo. And karera. And then we talked about bu already. Here's o. There's for king. There's jo-o for queen. Oji for prince. Okay, so we started here and went backwards. Let's go ahead and go forwards now. I think that was, how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did 40 so far, and we kind of talked about other ones as well. So probably closer to like 45 to 50 we've already done. But as of now, I kind of feel like, yeah, I think I'm going to need to brainstorm a better way to do this. I mean, like, I feel like this is fine, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like satisfying to showcase. Like, I want this to be a bit more satisfying to showcase that I know it. But for now, whatever. Kome. Uncooked rice. They say it's just rice. This is part of... I know sugaku, or there's sujitsu for like several days. There's sunen or sugagetsu. But by itself, it was like kazoeru. There you go. To count. You had to think about that for a little. And then sugaku for mathematics. And then sunen for several years. And then sujitsu for several days. Let's keep going. Utsukushi. Utsukushi. Oh, bad spelling. Utsukushi. There you go. Which means beautiful. I don't know any other uses of this kanji right now. Like, nothing pops up into my head. If I can think of something, I'll mention it. But for now, that's fine. I'll consider it knowing it. There's kai right here. Nankai. How many times? Nan kai. And it's part of a lot of other ones as well. But it also means like to turn. I think it's mawaru. Rotate. Then we have omote, surface or expression. And this one's also part of, like, there's a lot that this kanji is used in, like hyojo, expression, facial expression. Hyojo, I remember that word. It can be used as hyo as well. And yeah, hyomen as well. It's like the surface or exterior. Very versatile word. I actually really like this word. And it makes me think of like omote sando. Okay, let's keep going. Koe. voice. I don't know. Voice. Ogoe, loud voice. I think that's like the only two that I learned from this app. Let's keep going. This one is to inform horiru. That's not the right one. There you go. To inform, to report. There's also some combinations, but right now I can't recall it. I'd have to read it. It's very annoying. Okay, let's keep going. This one right here is part of hitsuyo yosuru ni. Simply put, yosuru ni. In short, point is. And then there is, like I said, hitsuyo, which means necessary. Let's keep going. This is hen, which means weird or strange. I like this kanji a lot because it's like, the way I see it, the top is red and the bottom is like the radical used for winter. And if you think about like red winter, it is strange. Okay, so far, this is a lot. I feel like next time I need to come up with a better way to showcase that I know everything that can be like slightly faster and more interesting to watch too. Anyways, the next kanji is ore. Rei, ore. So like in shitsure. So shitsure means rude. And then ore actually means gratitude. Oops. Expression of gratitude. Then we have the next one, which is kami, God. I guess there's a lot of kamis as well. Let's see. I'm just gonna type in jinja. Jinja. There you go. And that's a use of this kanji as well. I thought that was like cool because I kind of like jinja a lot as a word, and it's just like the sha in kaisha that's used for shrine. So yeah, but by itself it means God, kami. All right, let's keep going. This is ki, which means like account. By itself it's gonna be hard to find, so I'll do nikki, which means diary or journal. And by itself, it says record, memory, note, chronicle. The app says account. I think there was also like kiji, which is like a more of like a report or article. Okay. We already did wa. Here's hiki or hiku, which means to pool. And oops, let me get the kanji in. To pool, and then there's also hikidasu or to withdraw. Hikidasu, to pull out or withdraw. Draw out. And then hikidashi I think means drawer. Yeah. Okay. So that's some uses. We talked about naru and naosu already. Here's kimeru, to decide. And there are some other uses for kimeru, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I want to just complete this because I do have a deadline. There's futoru, get fatter, gain weight. And then here is I think of this as uketsuke, but uketsuke includes another kanji from later as well. Uketsuke. Reception desk. There's ukaru, which means like... What was ukaru? It's like to receive in a way. Or... There are so many definitions for it, I'm forgetting. Let's just type it in. To pass, there you go. I think ukeru is to receive. Ukeru. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna just say it's decent enough. Like I basically can recognize that kanji and have a sense of the meaning. Let's keep going. Here is toku, solve a problem. I like this kanji actually because it's part of rikai, which is like reason, understanding. And yeah, let's see if I can find it as toku. There we go. To solve. Okay, good enough. There's a lot more uses for that kanji. I already mentioned this one. Let's talk about this one. It's like period of time, and zenki is like the first semester or something of school. Early period. The app taught me that it was like the first term. There you go. And then an easy one is to just go off the second term. Like that. Later period apparently. And let's just call that. Here's okyakusama. Okyakusama. Right here, and it means appearance as well. Yosu. It's like condition or state. Appearance. Yosu. And then katsudo, activity, katsudo. So there's this kanji as well as seikatsu, which means life. There's atama, which is head. I don't really know other uses of this kanji right now. Let's just keep going. Kumi, it's like group. In Japanese language school, they would call it like sankumi or nikumi. I was in nikumi, the second level or second group. I also like kumi tateru, which means to assemble. It makes me think of Avengers. I need a better place that doesn't suggest things. Yeah, I will figure this out for test number 2. Make it better than what it is right now. I'm literally just going through the list and like showcasing that I at least know it. Here's fingers. Yubi. It's fingers or toes is what I was told from this app. I keep going. Here's setsu, which means theory, and we'll just do densetsu, which means legend. And then shosetsu, which means book or novel. Let's keep going. We did ha already. And then here is nagare, which means stream. Flow as well, I guess. But there's nagasu, to drain, to flush. I'm going by the app's definitions, not Google Translate, since I didn't learn off of Google Translate. And then there was ryuko, which is like fashion. I thought that was cool. And hayaru as well. Hayaru, like a fad or something is what this app called it. Okay, let's keep going. This is part of Zen like we mentioned. And then it's also part of Tozen, which is like natural. Tozen. And we mentioned Hajime already. Here is aru, which everyone knows as arimasu. Aru. Right there, exists. Okay, let's keep going. Man, I didn't think about how long this would take. Shiraberu. There you go. To research, investigate. And there's like a lot of uses from this one that are kind of confusing, to be honest. But seasoning was one of them. I think when we first entered this chat or translate thing, it was on seasoning, but chomiryo. Seasoning, yeah. Lots of uses for it that's not as intuitive that you would imagine. But let's keep going. Here's kaigi's gi. And it means like discussion. Let's keep going. Here's the other naosu. And then oto, which means husband. And then erabu, decide, choose. And there's also senshu, which means athlete, that uses that kanji. This one, I really don't like this kanji. It should be ken, like authority, but I don't recall it being used in any other context. I'm pretty sure it was, I just don't remember it, but let's see if we can find it. There it is. Authority. Yeah, I need to go over this one a bit more because I kind of want to know how this kanji is used more. But we know it, like we can recognize it. Here's D from ryo, which means to use. And let's keep going. I believe this is from seifuku, which means uniform, but the other one is seisaku, which means production. And let's see if it's correct, if it's actually uniform. Yes, okay. Okay, let's go with the next one. Tsuzukeru, to continue. Tsuzukeru. And then ishi for stone. And then I wonder if I can just like turn off suggestions. Okay. And then susumu for to continue going. Susumu. I like this one because it's like in a lot of the Demon Slayer songs you can hear susume, which means like telling you to keep going. Okay, to advance. All right. Okay, this one is part of Tetsudao, so it's like tsutae, like to communicate, I think. Tsutae, communication, to convey. Okay, and Tetsudao. Am I spelling it wrong? Why is it not suggesting it? Tetsudao. There you go. To help. Tetsudaimasu. Okay. Let's keep going. I think I might have come across one. I don't know. I am completely forgetting what this one is. When I look at it, I don't even have a clue. I think it means to count, but I'm going to skip it and see if my brain somehow remembers it later. Okay, tasukaru. I need to say the definition first. Tasukaru, which means for someone to save you, to be rescued. And then Taskeru is to save someone else. Taskeru. I think anyone who watches anime would know. Okay. But that's the kanji for it. And then here's 10 like points. Shoten's like the final point. Shoten. Am I spelling it wrong? Apparently there's a lot of shotens. Okay. But it should be the kanji for owaru. And then 10. The last stop. There you go. But am I saying it wrong? I need to know. Let's find out. Sorry, I'm like rushing this because I really do. Shuten. Okay. I think it's shuten, not shoten. Yeah, shuten. Yeah, I misread it. Dang it. Okay. Regardless, point. That's what that kanji is. Umu, to be born. Okay, right here. To give birth. Give birth. Deliver. Umu. Umareru means to be born. This app needs to change their definition because that's like very confusing. Okay. Let's keep going. Tsutomeru. Tsutomeru. To work. It's the kanji that I don't really like. The more I look at it, the more I'm okay with it. Jimusho, office. Jimusho is another use of it that I learned from this app. Everything I learned mostly from this app, unless I already knew the word. And then we have... Yeah, what is this word again? This might be the second word I'm blanking on. Yeah, let's just keep going. Inochi. Inochi. Life. There's ban from bango or ichiban. There's ochitsuku. Calm down. Ochitsuku. Or to drop. Osu. Let's see. Ochiru. There you go. And then we've seen this, or this kanji is super useful. It's used in like so many things. Tsuku. Tsuku. Like to attach. Let's see. Tsuiteru. There you go. And yeah, it's just part of a lot of different combinations of things. I'm rushing right now, so I'm just gonna keep going. Oku. To place, to put somewhere. Oh, I got two kanjis mixed up. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna consider those two to be wrong because I don't know this right here because I just mixed it up. And then this one's from Suki and Konomi, which like is preference, and this is from Chigao. Chigao. Why am I typing so badly? Okay. Is to make a mistake, and machigao. Machigao. Very similar. There's kurosu from... Everyone knows what that is. Kurosu. Huh. Why can't I... Am I spelling it wrong? Kuroshi. It's not allowing me to... Okay, jisatsu. There you go. Okay. Time to figure out if I'm spelling kuros wrong. No, I'm not. Korosu. I am. I am totally spelling it wrong. Okay. Korosu, not kuros. All right. There's oku right there. Okay. All right, made it through all of it. Oh my gosh, that took forever. Yeah, this is tough. I need a better way to come up with a good test next time. But if I were to guess what this is, it would start with ka. Let's see if I can guess it. No, it's not kawaru. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so this one we don't know. And then this one as well. And then this one. So I think 3 of them we full out don't really know what it is. Actually, never mind. This is toku, which means to bargain. Edu. I mean, it took some time to actually like get it. Obtain, win. This app says that it means to bargain, but I can just think of it more so as to obtain. I still don't like that I don't know it like instantaneously, because everything else was pretty instantly, and then this one took a little bit of time. To be fair, I was rushing. Let's see. But yeah, for sure I don't really know what that one is, and this one's still not coming to me. I think if I were to sit with this for a little bit longer, I could get it. But I think this one means something similar to counting. And then this one is, yeah, what is it? Person, cow. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, let's just say I pretty much got 2 wrong, or I don't know 2 of them. So let's actually do a review right now. Kudan. Okay. So this one was literally the one I said that I didn't like, because the affirmation, it's something I just really don't get it. And this one means to add, not to count. Okay. We're pretty close. Kuwa edu, not ku, not ka. Okay. Kuwaeru, kuwaeru. Kemmei. To proceed, subject and title. Kemmei, kemmei. That's it. I think this is why I barely knew it, is because it just has nothing, like there's not enough stuff to study. And it's also the later ones too. So this was from basically, one of them was from yesterday, I think. Yeah, one of them was from yesterday, and then the one was from the day before. So I haven't spent as much time with it, so that makes sense. But yeah, it looks like we pretty much got 98 out of 100 so far. And for the most part, like, we can recognize it. I feel like as long as we keep up with some review here and there, we will remember it. And of course, like, being able to read it is a completely different story, like in real text and real situations. That's the whole point. And being able to write it as well, because like, if I were to go back to language school, which I probably will do, then I will need to be able to write these kanji. And this app does help you practice writing it. So I do feel like if I needed to write the kanji, I can definitely write like all of them. But so far, we've got 100 out of 300 done. And we got 98 out of 100 of them. Pretty much like decent to a standard where it's passable. It's like I know the kanji, like I can recognize it and sort of read it. Not necessarily like fully know it, or fully know every reading of it, but at least I know the kanji. Sorry for making this so rushed, but I do need to go, and so that's why I will come up with a way better way of like going over each of these and showcasing that I know it by the time I hit 200. But to just talk about the journey a little bit, it was I'll probably separate this into like its own video at some point, but basically first 100 kanji learned within 10 days or 98. I learned 98 kanji somewhat successfully in 10 days. And to be honest, when I first started this, I did not expect myself to be able to do this at all. I didn't think that I would be able to, like, because basically I think 90% of the 90 out of the 100 kanji I have never consciously seen in my life. Like, maybe I have glanced at it when I was in Japan or something, but it was for the first time I'm looking at this kanji and being like, okay, this is what it means and this is how it's said. And then just continuously repeating it using this app to practice and doing that for about an hour to 2 hours every day is enough to just like do 10 kanji a day. And of course, this is short-term memory, so if I were to stop, I would probably forget it. But if I just keep it up, I honestly think that doing 10 kanji a day is very possible if you really wanted to. You just need like 1 to 2 hours, and it's just practice. I have not taken any notes as well. I think that's something that's notable. Like, I have not written a single thing down outside of this app. I just look at this app and practice it, and that's it. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but that's kind of like how I'm approaching it right now. And a part of me feels like I should sometimes try to use a notebook or something and write some stuff down, but I'm just like, I got way too much other stuff to do. I'm just not gonna do it. And if it's working right now, then why change it? I just need to keep practicing, and that's it. So overall, I just hit review past due, and then I just go over it, and it just gives me stuff to go over. And this is a kanji I have not done in a while, but I still remember it. They're going over a lot of the older kanji now, which is interesting. Oh my gosh, I got that one wrong. Okay. But yeah, you guys get the idea. It's like, it forces me to actually have to know the kanji well enough to write it. And I think that's what makes all the difference, actually. Because if I weren't forced to write it, then my memory recall would be quite weak. So like seeing this, the definition of it, and then being forced to write it, it changes everything. It like makes it so that I really, oh my gosh, I really, really have to know it. But I'm failing right now because I'm also talking. But stroke order also really matters for this thing, which I really don't like. And I guess it's unavoidable for now. But yeah. And I think this is going to be more important in the future. But I will need to know like the left and right parts of it. Because sometimes I do feel like I look only at one part of it. And I feel like I know it from there. So yeah, I got to be careful with that. But yeah, basically go over this review past due stuff like for I think 30 minutes a day. And then the rest of the time is just doing new lessons. And the hardest part for sure is going over 10 kanji a day, because doing 10 is a lot. But going over them using this app right here is what makes it easy, because there's structure. So I'm just like, I literally just click on the next one and keep going until I see 10 new kanji appear in the custom review right here. And then after I see 10 that are done, that's when I hit the review past due. I hate this one. Is it tsuzuku or tsuzukeru? I'm just going to choose this one. Nope, it's wrong. But it's basically the same kanji, so it's very annoying. But yeah, I really do think this app is super useful because like the writing aspect of it, it forces me to write it. Because when I look at it, for sure, I know what it is. But when I have to write it, I'm like, what is it again? So my brain has to really work hard to find it. And I know it's like the ito on the left side and then uru to sell on the right side. So I hate that sometimes I do it right, but it still considers it wrong. I think that's something I really dislike about this app, to be honest. But it's only for specific ones. So there's machigai, to differ from, to be wrong. And oftentimes I do use some tricks to remember the kanji to write it. Like for instance, chigao is like when you look at the top part right here, it looks like 5, but it's weird. It's like slightly wrong, which matches with the definition. And then there's also the kanji for like nen, but it's also slightly wrong. It doesn't look quite right. And then the scooter radical. So these sort of little links to what the meaning is helps a lot with remembering the kanji. I don't think I was able to showcase that very well during the test because I was just blazing through everything. But that's sort of my thought process while I've been doing all of this. But this one's also a new one right here. Kayasu. It was not kaeru, it was kayasu, to return something. And yeah, I honestly don't remember what it is. Okay. This one was the 101, I believe. Let's look. Yeah, that's 101. So it's not part of the 100 that we learned. But yeah, we'll continue with day 11 tomorrow. This is definitely challenging. No doubt that this is challenging. Like I say that it's easy to look at it and know it and say one of the words because I feel like that is kind of easy. But like once I actually do apply like reading it like in the real world, I think that would be a lot harder. But for this challenge, I think for now, because it's so unreasonable to learn 300 kanji in 30 days and retain all of it, like I only got 98 out of 100. I think that just being able to know the meaning and reading it with a couple words is totally fine. I think at that point, it's like I basically know the kanji for the purposes of this challenge. Once we do a new challenge in the future where it's like we actually do a reading challenge to improve my reading skills, that's when we can apply this, because my friends from language school who are doing like JLPT N2 right now tell me that you're going to need to know kanji very well. Otherwise, you can't do anything else. So that's why I'm doing this. It's because it's necessary to actually pass the JLPT N2 test. And also for the learning process, I do want to mention that a lot of this was easier because I listened to a lot of podcasts, and because I listened to podcasts and like I can hear certain words, it's like, oh yeah, I already know that word because I've heard it plenty of times, so I know how to use it, and it's just stickier that way. It's like it lives in my memory better because I'm like, okay, yeah, I know the word, so I don't have to try my best to learn it from scratch, basically. I already forgot what account is. I know it's part of Nikki and Kiji, but like the kanji for it, it's like so much easier to like, was it? Okay. But yeah, this was just the checkpoint day for day 10, showcasing like what I can do so far, because honestly, if we keep going without like showcasing these checkpoints and then like I still have to do day 11 on top of it, it's kind of way too much. So yeah, I think when we reach day 20, we might have to split it into 2 different showcases, because it's like unless I find a really fast way to do it, I like literally spent an hour just going over the 100 kanji that we learned and showing that I know it. Imagine doing that for 2 hours. I'd be so tired. And then 3 hours for 300 kanji. But I want to prove, I want to, show that I'm actually learning the kanji and then I actually like know it, because I feel like that's quite important. This is an old one. I hate writing it. I always feel like I write it wrong. Um, ah. Okay. But let's just close off here. This, honestly though, this is really fun. Like I find this to be like very fun. I think this is like, I'm not forcing myself. I'm doing this because I think it's fun actually. And putting this in a challenge structure is like, it makes it even more fun. And it seems unrealistic, but if you actually try this and you try to do 10 a day, I think you can. I honestly think you can. Like there's people say like do 5 a day and you might not remember it, but it's good for exposure. But like, I think you can remember it if you just do it every day and like force yourself to like practice every day. At least that's what I feel is happening for me. Like there's nothing stopping you. It's just like a limitation that you hear that people say kanji is hard or something. And then you think it's hard, so you don't try stuff like this where you learn more and faster. But like you really can learn pretty fast, I think. And yeah, like that's what I think. I don't know. Everyone learns at a different pace, obviously, but it's, oh, come on. It's, yeah. Okay, let's close off. We will do day 11 tomorrow. We'll continue, and we'll also try our best to like focus in on kudan as well as kuwaeru. My ku and kas and kos really need to be fixed. Korosu instead of kurosu. Korosu. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot, but this is fun. We'll keep going. And let me know if you guys have any questions or anything like that. Honestly, I think my preferred way of having done this, if I were to start over, is to like find a friend who's around the same level and like do this challenge with them together, because like it's way more fun to like learn and do these challenges with other people, in my opinion. I'm doing that with splits right now with my friend, and it just feels way more interesting and easier to be consistent. But I feel like for something like this, it's very hard to find someone who's like in the exact same level. But at least this app gives like really good structure, and I think that's like necessary for something like this. Okay, that's it. I keep saying that's it. I'm going to actually close off now. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.